One scanner, one traveler. And it can't decide. The reading sits dead on the line between two kinds of case, and it will not tip. Bring in a second scanner still stuck, a third stuck. No single instrument here can ever make this call. And yet a whole line of them, not one of which can do it alone, gets it right almost every time. Not by taking a vote, by something stranger. So we send the same traveler down a line of very different scanners. An X-ray of the bag, a body scanner, a chemical swab. Each one measures something the others can't see, and every one of them is reading the exact same person. In the lab, this is a multi-omics study, several assays, genes, proteins, metabolites, measured on the same patients. And from past cases, we already know the answer we're after, which travelers were waved through, and which were pulled aside, two known groups. That known label is what makes this method supervised. It learns from cases whose outcome we already know. How do you judge someone? No single scanner can. Each scanner turns its dozens of dials into a single number, a score. And that score is a weighted blend of everything the scanner saw, the loadings, the signals it leans on most. In the model, each block of data, each assay gets its own component, a linear combination of its features. And every past traveler carries a colored tag cleared or referred the outcome we're teaching the model to read. Now watch what a good operator does. They don't weigh every signal. They cross out almost all of them and ring just a few, the handful that actually decide the case. A short list you could hand to a colleague and say, "These, watch these." Which few signals actually matter? So we put the weights on a budget. Tighten it, and the smallest weights are forced to zero one after another until only a few survive. This is the lasso and L1 penalty. In the software, it's the keypex keep only this many features per block. What's left is a signature, 3 or 4 markers, not 3,000, something a human can read and a lab can actually measure. But a shortlist is only half the job. The operator wants two things at once. First, the scanners should agree. When one lights up on a traveler, the others should too. And second, the combined read should pull the two kinds of case cleanly apart. What makes a good signature? Here's the heart of it. We choose the weights, so the scanner's scores line up with each other, rise and fall together. Across travelers, that's correlation, the blocks agreeing. And at the very same time, we choose them so the two groups cleared and referred separate. That's discrimination, the outcome coming into focus. The trick is that the outcome itself is entered as just another block in the line. So agree with each other, and agree with the answer become the same instruction. One objective: make every pair of scores as aligned as it can be, including aligned with the truth. Which raises a question the metaphor has been hiding. Agreement and separation don't always want the same weights. Chase perfect agreement between scanners, and the two groups can blur together. Chase a razor-sharp split, and the scanners stop tracking each other. So who decides the balance? There's a dial for it. So which do you chase, agreement or the split? This is the design, a small grid that says how strongly each pair of scanners should be tied together. Turn the dial one way, every connection full, and the scanners lock into agreement, but the groups drift together. Turn it the other way, connect each scanner only to the answer, and the split gets sharp, while the scanners loosen. Every value sits between 0 and 1. You are, quite literally, dialing how much you care that the blocks agree, against how much you care that the groups split. One honest caution: a sharper split here is not the same as catching more cases. That's a different knob, how many markers you keep, and how you measure distance at the end. Here, the dial only trades agreement against separation. One signature rarely tells the whole story. So once it's set, we set it aside and run the line again, on what's left over, looking for a second, independent pattern. And then the real test arrives: a traveler we've never seen. So a new person walks up. Now what? First, the second pass. We subtract what the first signature already explained, deflate it, and find a fresh signature, at right angles to the first, catching what it missed, a second axis of the same search. Now, the new traveler. Every scanner runs its shortlist, produces its score, and the scores place the traveler as a single point. We see which group center they land nearest, and that's the call. Cleared or referred. This whole machine goes by other names: 2 supervised sparse canonical analysis, multi-block sparse PLS. And notice the one thing that made all of it work: the known labels. Take those away, and you'd have its unsupervised cousin, which only ever asks what the blocks share, never which group is which. So one line, every thread. The traveler, the sample, the scanners, the blocks, the shortlist, the sparse signature, the scores rising together. Agreement, the 2 sides of the hull, the split, and the dial between them, the design you chose. Back at the threshold, the reading still sits on the line. But now the whole line reads together, and the traveler steps to one side. No single scanner ever makes the call. The line does together.